Good evening and welcome to Reckoning Brothers, everybody. Mark, you've got some balls on your chin, as Josh just pointed out.
These are my cheesy poops.
That is giant, dude. That's like way too many to buy all at once. Like it's not healthy.
My dad actually bought those for my son.
I feel like your dad has not been listening to Robert Kennedy because there cannot be good stuff in there.
Well, Mark's ate more of them than he has.
I'm sure.
I'm Mark. This is Josh.
Hello.
And I'm Scott in Los Angeles. Cheers, everybody. We should do our introductory drink, right?
Evening drinks.
Yeah.
Evening drinks.
I am drinking Irish whiskey. Josh is drinking
Crown.
What? What? You didn't tell me you had any Crown.
Why does your voice go up like that?
Holding out on him, you son of a bitch.
Josh,
I am drinking Johnny Walker Black because I got a little thing called Class.
Ooh,
I don't know if you've heard about it.
So I like
if you had Class, you'd have blue.
I like the fact
I don't have the money to have that kind of class. Otherwise, I would. But
I like
no, I'm not that classy.
I like the fact that we juggle like our evening drinks. Like, you know, you'll go on a bourbon kick and then you go on, a Scotch kick, and I'll do the same thing. Although I have been on an Irish whiskey kick lately. Josh will drink Aqua Velva on the rocks. He doesn't give a fuck.
I love how you just said Aqua Velva. I used to wear that shit back in high school and thought it was cool. Man, I'm a piece of shit.
There's some emergency bourbon in this house
I
have not touched.
You're a fucking liar.
Do you want me to go get
Liar.
I'll go get the
Pants
bottle.
on fire.
I'll go get the bottle right now.
Don't get the bottle.
My dad's brother was a drunk, and when you get a little bit older or whatever, and you hear words like alcoholic and stuff like that, I'm like, Dad, so why is? And I didn't meet him. I only met him once, and because he was ostracized from my dad, detested him because my dad had no, officer and a gentleman, he had no stomach for drunks. But I was like, he would he'd say, well, tell me about, your brother Carlisle. Tell me another story about Carlisle. The wretch. And so my dad would tell me that. And so why do you call him a drunk? Why do you call him an alcoholic? And my dad would say, well, there's a difference between an alcoholic and a drunk. It was actually Carlisle is both. But I call him a drunk because he's a lazy piece of shit who just drinks. And he goes, there's lots of alcoholics that are very functional and work hard, but they're addicted to booze. So so he had a nuanced definition of what a drunk and an alcoholic was, and he told me about how Carlisle would be jonesing for a drink, and things like Aqua Velva back in the day weren't made with isopropyl alcohol; they were made with grain alcohol.
Wait a second. Aqua Velva's a drink? I thought it was a cologne. That's why I said I wore it back in high school.
It's a cologne.
Okay, so it's a cologne and an alcohol?
Yeah, and I've actually heard stories about.
Well, I'm sorry.
I've actually heard stories about people like in Vietnam drinking perfume because it had the grain alcohol in it, and they would distill it, right?
So my dad's brother would filter the Aqua Velva between two pieces of bread to get the oil and stuff out of it, because there was like an Aqua Velva, and aftershaves back then would have what like they do now, except they're made with isopropyl, not grain, because isopropyl is obviously toxic and grain is not. And they, that was their fucking Mad Dog. That was their fucking Everclear, man.
Mad Dog 2020. Jesus Christ. Functioning alcoholic is a term for a reason. And I feel like I am a borderline normal person / functioning alcoholic. Guys, I'm excited today. We talked about AI a little bit a couple weeks ago. We took a week hiatus.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, we talked about AI a bit. Mark, you were scared, right? And yeah. I get it. AI is a bit crazy, but I want to make you a little bit more scared as I share my screen with you right now. Hi, this is Mark. I just want to tell you I just read some Ibram X. Kendi and my mind is changed. I will be voting for AOC in 2028, and I look forward to the woke future. Why, Mark? What was it about Ibram X. Kendi that made you change your mind so dramatically?
Wow. That was great. That was great.
It was good.
That was great.
It was
And I like AI now.
a little scary.
A little
I
bit.
just in case you're wondering, I was the one doing the spot-on vocal impression of Mark. I think that's pretty much exactly how you sound.
Did you use Grok to create that, or OpenAI, or what?
No, that was it's a website called Dreamina, and you got one free shot with the deep fake. So I'm like, all right, I better get this right the first time. And otherwise you have to pay for it. I mean, obviously you can pay for it and do it as many times as you want. But I went down this road of what can you do with AI? And it's, I don't know what, I've spent 40 hours, 50 hours over the past 2 weeks just investigating and fucking around with some of this. And I was scared before, and I'm really scared now. Because what it can do is insanely different than what it could do 3 months ago, and 3 months before that, and 3 months before that. It's this pace of change in what machine learning does that's so fucking impressive. So here's a quick breakdown of what I did. I took all of our show notes, which were created by AI through Riverside. So what Riverside did is it takes everything that we say throughout every recording that we do on here, and it creates show notes. I took those show notes and put them into Claude, which is my AI of choice, right? I set up a project so Claude knows, hey, I have this podcast and here are our show notes. And I use that to create further AI projects. The next thing I'm going to show you is a musical project. Now, I used Claude to create the lyrics, and another website called Riffusion to make the music. So this is all created essentially by AI, and this is trained from stuff that you said, Mark. I used you as a subject just because it was, I don't know, it was way more entertaining using you as a subject than Josh and I. That's just how it fucking turned out. So I want to give you a choice right now, the two of you. Country or rap?
Rap. No. What do you want?
Mark, what?
I hate country music, but fucking go for it. Fuck it.
Well, Josh said rap.
Let Josh have his fucking way. Let him fucking do it. Give him the fucking veto. I don't care.
All right, let's do it. Okay, I'm going to share a song with you right now. You guys see it popping up there? 1, 2, 3, go.
I'm improving my rants with each episode I drop. The government waste, man, it just doesn't stop. Sick of the hyperbole flooding our feeds, while the left keeps pushing their collectivist needs. You should pay attention to Miller, he's brilliant and sharp, while Bolton's a neocon playing his part. I tell you about shit, but he's just mockable C. And Warren used lies about being Cherokee. Whatever you subsidize, you get more of that trash. Walkable cities just control wearing a mask. The media narratives driving their actions, while academia distorts all the facts and reactions. Go fuck yourself if you think billionaires are the problem. Government doesn't create wealth, just redistributes and rocks them. I hate ideologues pushing their narrative so hard, while our economy suffers from policies they've marred. The modern American left won't admit or acknowledge the DEI initiatives destroying our colleges. Reverse discrimination's what they're selling today, while merit gets pushed to the side, thrown away. I'm just being sarcastic when I say I love the collective. The left's been more successful with outrage, that's perspective. Don't need a permanent exploited underclass's nation, just straight talking whiskey for proper relaxation. Trumpism isn't the danger that Scott keeps suggesting, it's the government machine that we should be protesting. Mark said it straight on these lesser known politicos, while the reckoning brothers keep on dropping these flows.
All
vote
right.
we
So
change our intro song.
comments. Now, keep in mind, let me reiterate. I didn't write any of these lyrics. I didn't write any of this music. I didn't perform anything. I didn't say stuff into the microphone for it to change vocally. This is all AI from the notes of the show onto the finished product. All I did is type certain things in, trial and error a few things. What do you think?
Which AI app did you use for that?
A combination of several. It was Riverside, Claude, which is Anthropic's AI, and Riffusion, which is a website that makes music.
I
AI
actually
music.
thought it was really good. I
That was
thought
really good, Scott, and
I liked it too.
bravo.
I liked it too. No. Do you want to hear the country one, or shall we move on?
No, country.
Put the country one on.
All right, let's put the country one on.
I shot my dog and beat my wife.
That's surprisingly close. All right, let's get your share screen going on here. I should have probably just left that up, huh? All right, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Sitting here with my whiskey neat, watching the government spend what they don't keep. The narrative spins like a weather vane, while facts get lost in the media rain. Miller's got vision the few understand, while Schiff keeps talking with nothing in hand. It's a reckoning of truth. When hyperbole's your currency, what else is there to lose? Just a reckoning, a conservative view. When you subsidize a problem, it just comes back to you. Warren claimed heritage that wasn't her own, while academia's theories have overgrown. The billionaires create, the government takes, then redistributes pieces of the cake. DI initiatives miss the point when merit and talent get out of joint. And I may sound sarcastic when I talk about collective goals, but walkable cities and ideologues are just controlling different clothes. Oh, and these California fires are trapped in red tape once more, while I'm sipping my drink and thinking, what are we fighting for? The modern left won't acknowledge the truth that freedom requires both wisdom and proof. Not permanent classes of have and have-nots, just equal chances of taking your shots. So listen to Bolton with skeptical ears, and check your assumptions with patience and care.
Well,
All right, not bad, huh?
I didn't like the country one as much.
oh, not nearly as much. No, the rap one was great. So, sometime soon do a jazz one.
I think a jazz one would be good. I didn't consider a jazz one. I guess I don't know you well enough as well as I thought I did. Sorry, Mark.
No,
But
that was really fucking cool, Scott. Now, after seeing it, am I supposed to be less terrified of AI or more receptive to it?
I'm not done yet. I got one more thing to show you.
Oh, please do.
You're going to be more terrified probably after that. But keep in mind, the last thing I'm going to show you took a lot of effort on my part. These other things are just a few minutes and you have something spit out, which is great that it can do that. I mean, it's very impressive, right? I mean, that song to me sounded like something you could pay a country music artist $300 to write for you, like a cameo kind of situation. I don't know if you agree with that, but it sounds like that to me.
That song actually, it kind of sounded like Hannity's intro on Fox News when he starts the the whole thing up. It's he let freedom ring. That
I
whole thing.
don't watch Hannity. I don't know. I take your word for it.
Okay, move it on.
Moving on. All right. Are you ready for the last thing? This one wasn't automatic, so just keep that in mind. Let's get the screen share going.
This isn't a porno of Mark, is it?
No, but that will be coming next week.
Whiskey as my shield and cigarettes my flame. I battle through the hype, purpley that clouds my name. Striking down the media, the narratives that twist the truth. Burning through academic theories like in proof. My words are weapons, forged righteous fire. As I face the storm of collectivist desire. The bureaucrats are trembling as I approach their door. The fact checkers are scrambling like never before. My voice grows stronger with each passing day. The reckoning is coming, there's a price to pay. That's our call against the system's lies. Crack will go, the truth will rise. Macaroni night to ideologues and spin. Reckoning hero, the battle will begin. The warriors fall before my clarity of thought. Their reverse discrimination schemes will all come to naught. The California fires rage through bureaucratic waste as the walkable city's control begins to face disgrace. Miller stands beside me in this righteous war while I drink to victory like never before. They say I'm just a man with whiskey in my hand, but I'm fighting for the truth they cannot understand. With each dragon, each sip of vision becomes clear. The enemy's weakness stands up, rise up. The time has come to fight. That cow against the system's rise. Can't go, the truth will rise like a roaring night. To ideologues and spin. Reckoning hero, the battle will begin. Government spending crumbles beneath my feet. More or less defeated, their narrative obsolete. Triumphant with my bottle raised toward the sky. The intersectionality warriors begin to cry for the reckoning brothers and one more day. And the truth is finally found this way. Against the system's lies, cock and go, the truth will rise. Back around the night, to ideologues and spin. Reckoning hero, the battle will begin.
Oh my God, Scott.
All right. Maybe I should have asked if you guys knew what anime was before I played you that video.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Nope.
So that was an anime intro to a fictional anime show about Mark taking on, of course, intersectionality warriors. Every piece of that was created by AI. Every still image, every video image, all the lyrics, all the music, everything. All I did is prompt it and put it together.
That was really impressive, Scott.
Mark's an
I'm glad you
anime
liked it.
hero.
Thinking of myself as an anime hero is quite the comeuppance for me, and I'm not sure how to feel about it. I know that was amazing work. You keep saying that all I did was, and when we hang out in Las Vegas, you can show me some stuff, and that was really well done. And I feel a little bit flattered.
You should.
Feel a little bit flattered here, Scott.
You
Hey
made
man,
your
you were an excellent subject, and I have another one that I'm going to work on for next time, which I look forward to getting your two
This is
cents
a
in.
really this is a really cool segment.
Do you want to know what the words in Japanese? I'm surprised there were Japanese words and you don't even want to know what they were.
What were the Japanese words?
It was basically this: My name is Mark, and I love penis. I love it in my mouth. I want it
I knew it
in
was
my
good.
mouth as long as possible. These are the choices that I have made. Do not judge me for the choices that I've made. I really thought you were going to ask about the Japanese. I'm surprised that you didn't, so I had to put it there. I felt you should know, because I'm
All
going
of
to put
it's.
it on X too, with your permission, of course.
I mean, all of it's true.
But so it was interesting going through this process because AI is good, but it's not perfect. There were a lot of things that I wanted it to do that it just wouldn't do. You know, I gave prompts. I asked Claude for verifications on prompts. You know, I tried different ways of doing it. I had to run the video stuff locally on my PC, so it took like 15 minutes for every 3 seconds. So I kind of had to do it while I was working and pre-set up prompts and everything. So it's not as perfect as I wanted, and it's not the result that I wanted, but still the fact that you can get
And,
that
yeah, how it can
close,
do it.
I think
Yeah.
is pretty dang impressive.
So, no, that's great. And you'll have to send me a link for that because
My lovely fiance made us espresso martinis.
is that before dinner or after?
It's before. I still got to make dinner. I got steaks marinating. Should be pretty damn fantastic.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
What kind
Yeah.
of steaks are you having? New York
New York
strips.
strip. Yeah, yeah. For whatever reason, that seems to be what's at the grocery out here all the time.
And what are you marinating them in?
My fiance made the marinade, and I don't know what's in it except for garlic and whiskey. So I'm looking
That's
forward to
enough.
trying that.
Yeah, that's a good marinade.
It's enough.
Yeah, yeah, that's enough to make a killer. But anyways, AI, that's what you can do with 20 hours of training. You know, it's not too terribly difficult. So what's
Did
going
you
to
take
happen in
20
6 months?
Did you take 20 hours of training or just
Probably between the watching the videos on YouTube and practicing and trial and error, probably about 20 hours to get ready to make that, which probably took 10 hours. I don't know, something like that.
you spent 10 hours on that?
A lot of it was compute time. So it was, I have to set up the computer to make the video and it does its thing for 15 minutes. And I may be working on other parts of the video or I may be just doing something else.
I I'm buying you the nicest dinner you've ever had for doing that.
No, stop it. Stop it. But I, when I was going through and doing, I wanted to get into AI since we talked about it. A lot of what spurred this was our conversation, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to experiment and learn more about it. And I just thought Mark in the whole, like Mark versus the intersectionality warriors is just like the perfect prompt to me. I don't know why it is,
Well,
but it
I
is.
absolutely believe that that on the world stage, if anybody's going to dominate AI, it has to be the United States.
Of course.
All right, because I don't trust the Chinese Communist Party to dominate AI, and I you know, and they're our competitor, they're our adversary, and they're the only ones. They Somebody wrote a piece this week, and it was really interesting. It was talking about how um, that that we get distracted with our other competitors on the world stage, whether it's Russia or whether it's North Korea, or whether it's Iran, because we really, in large part, really only face one. There's only one power that could unseat the United States as as a superpower, as a leader in the world, and that's China. Iran can't do it. Russia can't do it. North Korea can't do it. You know, nobody could do it except for China. So, I, the video that this work that you did that you just showed me, I think has really in just a matter of minutes demonstrated to me how important it is um, that the United States being
We must control AI. And you're not the only one that thinks that way. Pretty much, and if you listen to Max Tegmark, you listen to Mo Gadot, or any of these experts that are all well worth listening to, the U.S. needs to be in control of it. You need to have what what what's important is the resurgence of ethics, basic philosophical ethics with AI. The world that we're going into is extremely complicated. We're going to probably all lose our jobs in 10 years. We need to realize that this is a real possibility, right? I mean, yeah, it was a silly little music video, but 10 years from now,
now that
I
does
don't think we're going to have normal jobs.
this whole last week with the tariff announcements and the ups and downs and everybody losing their minds over it. I took a picture of the Farberware that my grandmother bought 3/4 of a century ago. It was made in the Bronx. In 1997, 900 workers lost their jobs, and all of everything made by Farberware is now made in China. And I think the last time we talked,
Knives or
Farberware's pots and pans.
okay.
They make lots of stuff now, but basically back then it was pots and pans.
Okay.
But they even make little timers and can openers. It's all Chinese junk now. It's all cheap junk, all low quality shit. What we call throwaway items. You use it for a couple of years, and I can't show the photographs of them here. The Farberware pans that I took a picture of, it's never been polished and the handles never had to be tightened, and it's been used constantly for 3/4 of a century. And 900 workers lost their jobs. 1997, it all got moved over to China, and Farberware has been making cheap junk ever since. And I heard Chamath. I can't remember his last name. He was on a show, and he was very eloquent about how we, about how we allowed the world to take advantage of us and take our manufacturing jobs. And it does feed into the whole AI thing because we we have to be the United States has to be in control of AI, and getting back our manufacturing base, I think, is important. And I'm starting to change my mind a little bit on the tariffs, at least vis-a-vis China. The same people that are screaming, the left and the Democrats and the left are screaming about those tariffs.
There was an
No, they're losing their fucking minds over it, and not a single one. They are more upset about a 125% tariff on Chinese goods than they ever were about China killing 21 million people worldwide by unleashing a pandemic and costing the globe somewhere between $8 and $16 trillion.
Now you understand why I gave you a glowing red katana to destroy all these leftists. It checks out. It checks out.
Trump administration will exempt electronics from reciprocal tariffs.
that was news today.
Yeah,
so.
there's going to be all kinds of changes to the tariff policy, etc. And I get it. People are upset about, they think they're calling him an agent. Everybody has to sing from the same fucking page now. It's either, it went from, democracy to dictator and now it's agent of chaos, with the tariff thing. Oh no, I'm sorry. Honestly, we should have put tariffs on China way higher than whatever we're putting on them now. Within 6 months after that, fuckers unleashing a virus that was killing millions of people in 200 countries. Fuck them. Yeah.
I wanted to bring in some positivity. We talked a little bit before of Bill Maher visiting Trump, and Bill Maher's little kind of monologue about it, and how that was very, for lack of a better term, heartwarming for me to hear. Just the fact that they got together and had a good time and got along. That's just wonderful. Fuck all the tariffs and all that complicated shit that I try to understand and my brain melts. The fact that someone who's been, I guess, shit talking Trump for the past fucking 8 years met with
10
him and
years.
said, 10
10
years.
years.
Before that, it was the Republican Party.
Yeah. Met with him and said, hey, this dude as a person was a cool guy and I had a good time. That's, I loved that. I'm very happy that he said that and it came across so authentic when he
It
said
was
it.
authentic.
Yeah, I mean, tariffs, it's all just strategy, right? And a lot of people disagree about it, whatever. But in the end, it's got to be they're on the same team as us and we just have disagreements. And if we can sit down and break bread and all that shit, that's what
And just
really matters.
just all be Americans. Can't we all get along?
Yeah, can we all be Americans and all get along? The great American Rodney King said that before he got his motherfucking ass beat. Or maybe after he got his motherfucking ass beat. I don't know. I don't remember the
I think
video.
it was after.
There's ass beaten before and probably ass beaten afterwards.
Josh can
But
remember. He was just a baby.
so was I.
You're just a boy.
He is younger than I am.
Josh had a birthday the other day.
Happy birthday, Josh.
Thank you, Scott.
Happy birthday. I got steaks to make. Anything else you want to close this off with?
No, I'm just gonna, thank you once again for the AI thing, and yeah, that was really cool. That was really cool, Scott. Really
Glad
fucking
you
cool.
like it. I'll put it in the Google Drive, Josh, so that you can give it to Mark. And
What's a Google Drive?
Time to wrap up.
you good luck. Good luck explaining that shit.
What is a Google
right.
Drive?
Good night, guys.
What's a Google Drive?